Hello and welcome to Dice and Demons. I'm Emma, and this video is going to be the first of what I plan to make a series of weekly videos of a hobby roundup and work in progress. So in this video I'm going to speak about what I have what I've had on my work table this week, and also a little bit about the plans for, hobby plans for the future. So this week it has more or less been all about painting the Archlord Discordant. So if you followed along on Twitter and Instagram, you have probably seen some work in progress photos, and I can tell you, I've actually put in quite a lot of work on this model, and so far it has resulted. I mean, it looks, man, this just looks. It doesn't look great, you know. This is how far I've gotten, so you can't really see it very well. I have 6 tiny little legs for the beastie that the Lord is riding on, and that's my entire, more or less, hobby offering for this entire week. So he's got a lot of tiny bits, and I'm painting him in a whole bunch of sub-assemblies. Relative to the size of this model, I think this is probably one of the models that I've painted in the most tiny little bits and sub-assemblies, just because he's got so many details and nooks and crannies, and I want to make sure that I can get in and get everything just the way I want it to be. And I mean I could just paint, I could just not do that, but I mean it just really annoys me when I can't do that. So I don't know, I think I have him in at least 20 different bits or something. It's silly, I know, but yeah, that's the way I have chosen to go about it. So anyway, I have 6 legs like this painted up, and that's it. And then I started working on other, tiny little bits and bobs, but I'm a long way from finished. But the reason I'm doing all these smaller pieces first and not the body is because I really enjoy working on the big part of the model. The chunkier it is, the more fun I think it is to paint. I don't know why. I'm weird. I like that. So I'm painting all the small bits first, because otherwise I quite often end up in a situation where I'm like, oh, I painted the part of the model that I really, really like and I'm really interested in, and then when I get to like painting, I don't know, tiny legs and exhaust pipes and stuff like that, I'm like, I don't want to do that, and then it can sit, in a box somewhere, being almost but not quite finished for a very long time. So this time around, I have decided that I'm going to paint all the tiny pieces first, and then I can, as a reward, paint the, chunky part of the model lastly. So hopefully I'll get it done. I'm not sure, next week or the week after that, perhaps. Perhaps even longer. I don't know. I mean, I'm not in any particular hurry to get this done. I'm having fun with it. Once it's done, I'll probably do a tutorial for it. Because a lot of people have been asking about the blue and pink, what paints I use there. So I'll probably do a tutorial for that as well. So another thing I have been doing today actually is that I went to my local hobby club. It's called the Realm of Adventurers, and we usually just I'm Danish, so we usually just shorten it to Troa. It's called in Danish, and it's a really cool club where you have like role playing and board game nights, and of course tabletop games and all sorts of things. And we also have a craft shop in the basement, and we have a laser cutter there, and they had a workshop today so that people who don't really know how to use one but are interested could learn it. And so I of course signed up and went. It was a really cool afternoon, and I got to use the laser cutter with a lot of help, but I have been told that I now know enough that I can actually just go to the basement myself and laser cut anything I want, basically, which is so much fun. I'm looking forward to it enormously. I have all these sorts of ideas. I want to make dice trays, and I want to make terrain, and I want to make all sorts of things. Encounters for effects during games, and my mind just went. with all the ideas. So I'm really, really excited. So today, just to try it out, I laser cut a window with a Space Marine that I designed. It's a long time ago, and I used it for some terrain pieces. And but just to make let me put something in the computer and see if I can work out the system and actually get the laser cutter to cut and stuff. So I just used a design I already had, but now that I know how it works, or kind of know how, I'm not nowhere near an expert, right? But I did find out how to press the start button and stuff. So now I have a couple of windows. I have primed this in black. It's but you can see the other side of it. It's just a laser cut MDF. I think I'm going to make these. I don't think I'll put them in a building like I did last time. I don't know if it's a year or two ago. I'm actually thinking I'll just put these two sides of these together, like so they'll form like not a square, but like so. And then I can I'll fill them in using the stained glass method I did with the some sort of colored glue or something, and then I can use it for candles or stuff. I think it would look quite nice with a couple of electric candles, because this is MDF obviously, so I don't think you should put live candles near this at all. So that's something I'm going to be working on next week also. Then going forward, I spoke with one of my friends, and she is also a wargamer, and we both really like orcs for 40k, and so we talked about making some orky terrain. And I was like, because in my last video I was like, I really want to make a really big project for, I don't know, some sort of huge terrain project. It's just like, yeah, let's do it. Let's make something like a giant orc fortress or something. So we've had all sorts of ideas. We want to make landing pads for helicopters and trains and barracks, and I don't know. It's probably going to be crazy, but I really hope we get started on that, because that would be so much fun. And now I can even use the laser cutter to do stuff for that as well. So and as soon as I told my mom that I had been to had learned how to use a laser cutter, she was immediately very excited, because now she wants her own dice tray. So I guess I'll be making a dice tray for my mom as well, using the laser cutter. Because we play a lot of board games, and so it would be nice to have a cool dice tray and a dice tower and all sorts of things. So I guess I'm doing that as well, which is awesome. So I think that's basically it for this week. I also saw on the Warhammer community page that they're now doing sort of an official world championship, and I can't quite remember. At least I think it was 40k and Age of Sigmar and Underworlds and Kill Team perhaps, which I think is kind of cool. I mean, I'm not a very experienced player at all, so I'm never going to go to any of those world championships, but I really think it's cool. And for people who are competitive and really want to get together with the best of the best, I think it's cool. It sounds awesome. I think I will probably be spending more time painting than playing for the foreseeable future anyway. So there's always that, I suppose. But it sounds cool. So how about you? What have you been doing this week? What are your hobby plans? Do you have any cool ideas for me? Now that I have access to a laser cutter, I can do all sorts of things. So are there any particular things you'd like to, could you point me in the right direction of some cool stuff? I can both do a little bit of designing myself, but I can also, of course, cut out stuff that other people have made. What do you think of the Lord Discordant? And do you have especially cool ideas for the giant orc fortress terrain board stuff that me and my friend are going to be doing? So any sort of ideas or comments, and of course I would also love to know what you are working on and what you will be working on as well. So this was the first of the hobby roundup work in progress videos, and I've probably been rambling, but I mean, it's my channel, so I can do whatever I want. And today I wanted to ramble about painting and laser cutting. So there you have it. Anyways, guys, I hope I hope you have a good time and a good hobby time next week. And I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.